recording? Recording? What about here? Huh? Yeah. So I'm trying to incorporate the whole process of making videos. This video is going to most likely be about my camera equipment. Now, obviously testing out this mic. Hopefully, I'm louder than the... All right, good. No, because I want to see how much of the rain is picking up versus how much is me talking. Make sense? All right, cool. Makes sense. All right, so basically, yeah, the car looks nice. So what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, Mike from Slow Speed. Today is going to be a little bit different video, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail. I'm kind of going to go over some of the things that I use in order to make YouTube videos. And I got to talk in between the thunder, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not really huge on cameras, so bear with me, guys. Today's video, I'm just going to go over some of the things that I use and what I recommend for you guys if you guys plan on starting a YouTube channel, and some tips and tricks that I learned along the way. If you guys know me, you know I actually like to talk about a lot of stuff. Sometimes I can't shut up, and this is one of the things, so I figured why not relay that to you guys. You might have to refocus me back, you know? Am I good? Good? All right, cool. So I have some stuff here. I normally carry this bag around 99% of the time when I'm filming. Let me put this down, actually. For those of you who do not know, obviously, I have a regular job that I work 40 hours a week. I'm not YouTube rich or whatever the case may be. Not even close. But I carry this bag around. I like to pack this bag up with everything because one of the things that I learned while making the YouTube videos is that sometimes I'm rushing from here and there, gotta get certain things done, gotta meet up with people, and I'll just stop by the house after work, grab this bag, I'll be good. Before this bag, I would forget SD cards, cameras, chargers, the whole nine, and that would pretty much screw up the whole day because who wanna run back to the house, right? So I'll put links down to everything that I have. If you guys wanna pick up any of this stuff, I mean, feel free, right? So this is a Herschel bag, you can get any bag. I like this bag. It's actually my second Herschel bag. First one I used for college, fell in love with it. And yeah, I got another one. It comes with a little pouch for the laptop. I barely bring the laptop, I will admit. Sometimes I do because I do edit on the go. Now it's a little story time mode. When I first started YouTube, I actually used my iPhone. I'm not gonna put this bag on the ground because I love it so much, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had like an iPhone 8. The videos weren't the greatest or whatever the case may be. However, I really recommend something like that for people who are starting out to kind of get your feel, to see what you prefer, what you like best. Because some of you guys, you might try it out and you might actually not like it. And you don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment thinking that it's the equipment, why you don't like it. It's actually, it could just be you, maybe your drive, who knows, right? But yeah, first and foremost, I want to say one thing before I show you guys all of this stuff, because to be honest with you, I spent probably a little bit more money than you need to on this type of stuff. Now, I will say, first and foremost, it's what you put into it. Making videos, content in general, is pretty much what you put into it. Do not see any of this stuff and just think, oh, if I get this, I'll be successful, or if I get that, you know, it'll just make the channel better. It can make the channel better, but but like 90% of it is the drive that you have, the ambition, and where you see yourself. A lot of you guys know you make videos in the beginning. It could be frustrating. You're not familiar with certain things. I mean, I know I wasn't. And it's a huge learning curve. I'm nowhere near finished, but at the same time, I still am enjoying myself and I have positive looks to the future, right? So now I got that basis covered. It starts with you type crap. We're gonna get into the camera setup. My first actual real camera besides the phone was the Sony Alpha A5100. You guys remember that? That was my first type of camera. You could take off the lens. I had a regular kit lens on it, regular stabilization, whatever. I love that camera. It only cost me about 600 bucks. I'll actually include that link below, even though I kind of don't recommend something like that anymore. If you were in that budget, maybe the $500 to $1,000 budget, maybe a G7X would be the smartest decision. However, that is what I started with first. I will admit, I filmed a lot of videos on it. I like it because you can flip the camera up and change the lens. I had these high goals and dreams to keep changing lenses, but I didn't realize that it was the actual camera body that wasn't that great, to be honest with you. One of the main gripes that I realized with that camera setup was the fact that you cannot fit any type of external mic. And if many of you guys know, you've been watching my videos since back then, audio quality was a huge thing that I had to address. So fast forward to that, I went ahead and picked up the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Now, one of the greatest camera decisions that I made, even till this day, is picking up the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Small, light, compact. You have a ton of different attachments on it. Yo, trust and believe, nobody wants to carry around the bigger camera setup that I have every day, all the time. If it drops, whatever the case may be, you know, you get upset because that camera rig, which I will explain, cost me a little bit over $1,400 for everything. Meanwhile, this is $350. It's waterproof, durable. You could drop it. Like I said, it comes with a lot of different attachments. I can put the mic right on top. Pardon me, I don't have the cord because I'm using that for the Rode mic that I'm, for the Rode wireless mic right now. Because once again, I'm prepared as a mug. But with these attachments, you can pull out, go. And one of the greatest things about the 7 Black is that it has the automatic stabilization. So if you guys see some of the clips that I filmed, believe it or not, it was just literally like this. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And I think this right here is really the key to success. I'll put the link down below to everything, but I paid $350 when the camera first came out. Various attachments, I don't know. One thing that you really have to get though is a GoPro Hero 7 kind of case with the hole for the mic adapter, get the mic adapter, get the mic, and you'll be all good to go. I'm not gonna lie to you, you don't need much. That's the name of the game. You don't need much. Spend as little as you can to produce really nice, clear, vibrant, I guess, content, and then go from there. About 500 bucks, you'll have everything that you need, and you know, you can test out to see really if you're about this life or not. Now, obviously, we all know I went above and beyond. I went ahead and picked up what I'm filming on now, the Sony Alpha A6400 body. I actually have my Sigma 16mm lens that I love to film on. I filmed on this for a while. Currently, I'm on a Sony, like cheap ass $200 50mm lens. Thing I like about that is it takes pictures really, really good. And if you stand far back enough, it films some pretty sick videos too. I just hope I stay in focus for you guys. But this lens right here, 16mm, it captures like a really wide angle. Like I said, I'm not a professional with all this camera stuff. I just grind, make money, and I spend it on stuff that, you know, I want to spend it on, right? One of the downsides about this A6400 body, while it's on a tripod right now, when you're moving around, there's no stabilization. The lens don't have no stabilization, and the body don't have no stabilization. With the 16mm, you really can't tell too crazy, but this 50, oh man, you move it a little bit, it's insane. So I went ahead and spent like $400 more. All the links will be down below on where I picked this stuff up. But this is my Zhiyun crane gimbal. I'll open it up and show you guys a little bit. A lot of people probably don't even know I got this stuff, but this is a Zhiyun crane gimbal. To be 100% honest with you, I barely use this thing. Do I consider it a waste of money? Yeah, no. At least it come in one of them boxes, right? Now, that's all fancy, it's nice. You go to the car shows, you see a lot of people using the cranes and stuff like that. I will admit, man, that's a heavy setup. The 6400, the lens, the crane gimbal, you gotta charge like 10 different things, especially with this battery powered mic now. Yo, it's insane, that's a lot of work. I would suggest doing something like that when you wanna come outside and just kinda shoot B-roll, walking around with it. I filmed a couple videos with the gimbal, walking around like this, yo. It's a lot and it's heavy. You fatigue mad quick. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You fatigue real quick doing all of that when you can just get the GoPro set up. I ain't gonna lie to you. And when you put it on YouTube, a lot of it kind of looks the same. You'll be able to tell certain differences. You know, like I said, I'm not a professional, so I might be a little funky with the camera here and there. I'm probably not using all the features that I can on the camera to make it look a lot better. However, listen, I'm doing what I could. So you see what I mean? That shit adds up. And sometimes it's really not worth it, in my opinion, because you don't want to carry that stuff out. With the GoPro setup, yo, I'm telling you, it's just easy. You can leave it in the glove compartment. You're only really charging one thing. You jump outside, hey, I want to film, blah, blah, blah. Maybe something dramatic happened to the car. Maybe something dramatic happened in your life. You just want to get that on film. It's really easier than setting up, balancing the gimbal and all of that stuff like that. So that's why I recommend the GoPro setup first. Honestly, to be honest with you, the battery life on all this stuff sucks to me. Maybe I forget to charge it, but it just sucks to me. Now, next in line, like I said, I got to go above and beyond. I bought a drone. Drone I bought is a DJI Mavic Mini. This is about another 500 bucks I actually bought from Apple. I'm not sure if it's the same company. I'll open that up for you too. The good thing about this drone is that it weighs like under a certain amount of pounds, so you don't have to go, oh, I left that on. So you don't have to register it with the FAA and all that bull crap. So you can see right here, I'm not taking all this crap out the box, guys. It ain't that serious. I got that with the Fly More package, 3 batteries because these last about 15 minutes a piece. Getting this drone to run takes a big process. I'll be honest with you. You gotta connect it to the phone, turn on the drone, calibrate it, diagonal, vertical. Listen, this is not something that you just wake up, roll out of bed and just start doing. Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's another thing too. The motherfucker can go wherever it want to sometimes. The battery get low, you forgot where you took off, and then it just say it's going back out of nowhere. You gotta try to stop it, blah, blah. I'm telling you, yo. That took a lot for me to learn. I'm still learning. I get super scared to fly it over water, to fly it over highways. You guys can see some of the B-roll shots. The drone only actually got like hit and lost once. That was Nelson's fault. Nelson tried to speed in sport mode and crash into a building and flipped over on top of the roof. Luckily, we got it back. However, like I said, that I don't try to pull out as much because it was $500 and yo, one mistake and that shit's gone, bro. The drone is gone. That's pretty much my setup. I don't really have many more things. Sometimes also, if everything dies or everything's not working or I forget an SD card, because those things are important too. You gotta make sure you get the super premium SD cards. Your little old school granny card won't work anymore. You gotta get the SDHC, high quality, HD, 4K, whatever. I'll put all that down below as well. But sometimes, honestly, I just use the phone. I bought this phone because of the 3 cameras and I heard how great it was. Now, I'll be all the way real with you. At nighttime, the camera sucks. At nighttime, the GoPro really sucks. But this A6400, it don't matter where you're shooting. Pitch black, you light a match, that motherfucker good. Okay, you good. That's one thing I will say I like about this camera. All the other cameras are nothing in comparison. The drone camera, I'm not sure what it is. I normally film that in 2.7K, GoPro 2.7K. This camera, I actually film in 4K. And the cell phone 4K as well. Do I notice a difference? I mean, yeah, when I'm editing, but I try to balance it out and kind of make them all look the same because it's going on to YouTube anyway, and majority of you guys aren't even seeing it in 4K. I don't think anybody is, honestly. One of the things that I forgot to mention is all the accessories. Right now, I'm using a tripod. I don't even know exactly where it's from. I know I got it 30 bucks from Best Buy. Not super expensive, but it works. I use a lot of suction cup mounts. I'll put all that stuff down below, just like as little accessories, SD cards and things of that nature. I don't want to get too big into that. And plus, I'm not gonna lie to you, half the accessories that I use, I probably don't even remember the names or whatever the case may be. One thing I will say is I go through several different ones. Like I had so many different GoPro cases, aluminum ones, plastic ones, it breaks because it sits on the, oh, the BMW is not here. I got the Mercedes. I have one that sits on the tow hook of the car. Many of you guys ask me what that is. It's actually a GoPro mount. So those things tend to break and I have to buy a lot of replacement ones. I have 2 Rode mics, this mic. Mics are important. It's just okay if I move around, right? Because I don't like standing still too. That's what I realized. The video will be looking boring as hell. Now we got over all of that gibberish jabberish, talk about what cameras that I use and things like that. I'll get into what really matters on YouTube, well, to me, and some of the things that I learned going along the way. Some of the stuff kind of discouraged me, and then some of the stuff helped me move on. Now, in the time of this video, I think I got about 5,000 subscribers. To be all the way honest with you, I would love 100,000 subs right now, so you guys go subscribe if you're not. However, like I said, I'm taking this for the ride, and I'm doing this because I enjoy it and I want to pick up different things, learn a little bit, I learn a lot, not stay as closed-minded, and kind of go along the way and share that with you guys. The drive determines everything. Don't stop yourself because of the rain. It's raining out here right now. Actually, I think it stopped raining, but the sewage system is so f***ed up under here that it's still raining under here. But who cares if you're upset, if you're mad about something, if you're happy, yo, go outside and film. It might make your day better. I have something to look forward to do after work. I have something to wake up to do when I'm off. You know, it is what it is, and I hope you guys like it, and I'm glad you guys came along for the rides. Now, some of the mistakes that I made, and I will admit, it was more so in the beginning, I kind of took to heart what a lot of people would say about certain things because, well, one, I'm not really familiar with all of this social media stuff. If you guys know me before the whole slow speed and everything like that, I actually didn't have an Instagram. I only had like a Snapchat or something like that. I didn't have like a Facebook or nothing like that. Maybe back in the day I had a Facebook. No YouTube channel, none of that. So I was more so of a hands-on, in-person like kind of guy. Like I don't really friend people. If you got my number, you text me, that's it. I never understood how like the Instagram politicking, like the keyboard warriors type of stuff. You know, people talk a whole lot of crap and you see them in person, they're quiet. All that stuff, I never really understood that. I'm being honest with you, I never did. I never understood it. I really didn't, because I always dealt with people person to person, hand to hand. So seeing that whole different side of people, and I didn't think it was like in the car community at all. Yeah, it kind of shocked me. It discouraged me a little bit, I will be honest with you, because I looked too much into it when I realized it's just computer, just online. So at the end of the day, you know, it's important to have a healthy lifestyle outside of all of this stuff and make sure you don't live inside. I will admit that, because you need to be able to turn off the phone, turn off the camera or do whatever and go enjoy your life and then come and spread the positivity back on camera. I realize that a lot of people drag their lives into stuff, and not necessarily the exact problem that they're having, but if they're going through problems, they'll bring that negative energy online, and it's not really necessary. And then you got some people who are complete nobodies, and then they go online and they create this like fictitious persona, and yeah, they become top shit, and then they can't live anywhere else because they really don't exist in the world. I'm not saying that's anybody, but what I am saying is that's kind of one of the things that you got to look out for when opening yourself up to a lot of people. I come on here to spread positivity, and I will continue doing that. And part of that is kind of tuning out a lot of the negative energy on like YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and things of that nature. You guys can see what I recommend the most if you guys are looking to pick up some of this equipment. Editing is another thing. I edit on my MacBook Air, not the best thing to edit on. I got the MacBook Air when I was in college, and it did wonderful in college, but it's not something you should edit on. It takes me like twice as long to upload, the footage be choppy. I know. I will upgrade, but upgrading costs money. And I already looked at the iMac, the spec that I want. So it cost me about $2,000, and then I have to pay for Final Cut. Because, like I said, I'm keeping it all the way real. Ever since I've been using Final Cut, I kid you not, I've been resetting the date. It's a Final Cut trial, let's be real. I'm using the trial and I keep resetting the date. So I know for a fact, I started using it around December 2018 because I keep having to reset the computer back in 2018 to use that goddamn trial. So just think about whatever. I'm just trying to skimp and save a couple $100 that I should have spent a long time ago. So like I said, this iMac will cost me about $2,000 with all the software preloaded on it. And I think it's time to go legit and actually use it, because I am tired. I'm sick and tired of changing the date back and forth, because if y'all know MacBooks, you can't get on the internet with a previous date. So I got to switch it back and forth, find the song that I like, and then, you know, if Final Cut freezes because I'm doing it on a MacBook Air, I got to close it and set the date and reopen it. Like I said, I spent all this money on cameras and equipment and my car and mods, and not to mention the mods. So if you guys see all the pennies, nickel and dimes that go into this stuff, and on top of that, I still gotta get out here and grind, bro, I'm telling you, this shit ain't easy. It is not easy at all, but I love doing it. I enjoy it. I love the thumbs up, the positive comments, and maybe the 1 or 2 dislikes that I'm gonna get from making this video. But with that being said, I have no clue why I filmed this. I just got outside and figured I wanna film something, and that something is now over because I'm gonna pack this and the front lip, the kidney grill, if you guys have not, the kidney grill, I'm bugging. The diamond grill, I'm not tuned to the diamond grill and the carbon fiber front lip. Definitely tune into them videos. Yo, little things. Minimal mods make this car look really nice. Almost nice enough to maybe get a C63 AMG coupe. But I might not. Mike from Slow Speed. We're gonna get out of here. Peace.
Man, I went from a bag to a bag to a bag. I remember me and mama used to ride the cab. Pull up out the lot, no more lease, we paying cash. Show up to a crib, hand the keys to a Jag. That's that light work, flexing so much